Hello and welcome to the Flourishing Introvert Talks with me, Jo Rawbone. This is the podcast that celebrates the natural gifts of introverts so that we can flourish in all situations. Episode 285. Introverts, it's your life. If your life feels like something you really want to escape from as often as possible, or one that you need to recover from every weekend, whose life are you living, my friend? 'Cause it sure as hell ain't yours. Unless, of course, you've always dreamed of starring in the long-running drama called My Life, The Unremarkable Years. Tough love incoming. What you're experiencing isn't really living. It isn't a fulfilling life. It's an existence at best, and that's not what we're here on earth for. We all deserve more than that. But it won't happen all the while we allow ourselves to be dictated to by others who think they know what's best for us. Like my client Anya, whose boss justified not putting her forward for a promotion by saying, "You wouldn't enjoy the pressure of the role." Well, thank you, psychic overlord, for deciding her destiny without so much as troubling yourself to ask her. You see, we're not a bit part player in someone else's noisy story. We're the hero or heroine of our own. So it's time we started acting that way and take the lead. And as we embark on season 25 of this podcast, I can't think of a better time to shake things up a little. Or a lot, come to that. Your choice. Now, I know all of our circumstances are different, but for most of us, we're not living in a war zone or imprisoned or in a famine situation. We are far more fortunate than that. Which is why we need to start grabbing life by the balls and living it our way. Preferably with both hands and a firm grip, because a fulfilled life can be a slippery little bugger at times. That means living not apologetically, not invisibly, and certainly not with the timidity of a mouse. Mice don't get remembered, well, unless they're cartoon characters. Oh, and one more thing. It means not complying with what some mistakenly think it means to be an introvert and using it as an excuse to hide from roles and experiences that stretch us. And yes, many of us need to be somewhat braver if we're to step forward and live our lives with full commitment. I certainly had to, and I learned so much doing my process of becoming braver. If that's something you recognise you need to do, make sure to look for the link in the episode description, as I have a little something for you that will help you with your bravery. For now, let's start by how we think of our own situations, because thoughts become things which absolutely impacts our health, our mood, and our behaviour. For instance, if I have an automatic negative spin on everything, understandable in some ways because as humans we're wired for negativity, everything looks bleak and I can feel helpless and hopeless. That's me going through the motions in survival mode. Again, not truly living or making the most of the opportunities that flash by me. It's a good thing we have choice, often hard won. So let's not squander it. Choice. If I start my day thinking about how I can possibly dodge overwhelm, I'm more likely to feel overwhelmed. Ironic, isn't it? But language matters, even those words we only think and don't say out loud. So the alternative is to put plans in place to proactively manage my energy in ways that suit me but don't restrict me. And that puts a whole new complexion on the day. I immediately feel more in control and therefore more empowered. And guess which feels better? Overwhelmed or empowered? It really is a no-brainer, isn't it? So let's stop declining opportunities, keeping routines safe and rationing our joy. Safe is fine for seatbelts, but not for your entire existence. When we hold back, we're abandoning our potential and our creativity. In the same way that a constant drip or trickle of water can wear away even the hardest of stones, our life force and vitality can be eroded by boxing ourselves into a tiny life. That's numbing ourselves when what we really need is to be nourished. It's true that we may need to recharge quietly, but it's really not necessary to live our whole life behind the scenes as though on a silent retreat. Playing small serves no one, especially those of us with flourishing in mind. When we're on the eternal quest to flourishing, because flourishing is a journey and not a destination, we need to build in times, be that hours, days or weeks, that actively replenish us and fill us up in the very best ways. And that will be different for all of us, as we are, of course, unique. It helped when I stopped seeing my energy as a limitation and saw it instead as a renewable resource, and it's down to me and no one else to manage its renewal. I found this quote many years ago, and even as an introvert, it's been part of my guiding principles for how I've lived my life ever since. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, "Wow, what a ride!" That was penned by Hunter S. Thompson in the middle of the last century, and to my mind, it is timeless. It reminds me that safety is not my ultimate goal. Joy, meaning, and ease are. And for me, these are complemented by contribution, kindness, and legacy. They are part of my mission in this life. And that can get messy. And I'm here for the mess. Without my purpose, my intentions, and my bravery, my version of the Hunter S. Thompson piece would have risked sounding like this. Phew, I'm here, safely, and, well, that's that then. I guess it was okay. No thanks, that's not for me. Now, if this episode has stirred something in you, good. Here are some questions to get you thinking about what you might need to address in order to live life on your terms. Number 1. What have you been putting off that you know would really light you up and give you endless joy? Number 2. What would happen if you stopped putting it off? Number 3. What can you do to actively replenish with ease? Number 4. What will happen if you continue to live a small, unremarkable, safe life? And number 5, what are you prepared to do today and going forward to live life on your terms? Take your time over these questions and revisit them often, because we are all work in progress, so naturally our answers change over time. The reality is we need to design a life that brings us joy, that stretches us at our edges, and that has real meaning. And that's precisely what we do together at the start of the Frustrated to Flourishing program. Now, if I can leave you with a great big nudge, my fellow introverts, it's this. It's your life, not theirs, not what the noisy world tells you it should be. You get to decide what fuels you, what drains you, and what gets left at the door. You choose who gets to sit at your table as part of your trusted guild. You are not here to ration your joy or to erase yourself into invisibility. You are here to create a rhythm that feels like home, that lets you show up fully without apology. Build it, guard it, live it your way. And P.S. If anyone tries to tell you that you're doing it wrong, politely suggest they go stage manage someone else's life. if you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, then please subscribe, rate us and leave a comment, because we know that helps other people find the podcast. And if other people find us, other introverts can flourish.
You are listening to an Intentional Media Production podcast.